Hey there everyone, and happy Independence Day. So it's an Indian Independence Day. In case for the people who are watching outside of India, it's really an important day for all of us here in India. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna celebrate it in our own style by writing some code. And basically what you can see on the screen is the project by Vincent, and it's an amazing getting popularity nowadays. It's rather a little bit old project, but getting popularity nowadays. We're gonna use this project, and we'll be creating something like this. So this is particle.js. In case you haven't heard about libraries available in Ajax and JavaScript, they are pretty powerful and amazing. And one of such library I use at my personal website as well. You can see it just types the thing on the go, on the load. There are hundreds of others I have discussed a lot in my complete front-end developer bootcamp that you can see link right now. So we're going to be doing something like this, not exactly same. We'll be giving it our own touch, and we'll be celebrating it in the Independence Day style. So, okay. So I'll give you a couple of assignments as well in this video. So fire up your text editor and write some code along with me. So first of all, we need particle.js. So we're going to go with particlesjs. Go ahead, get that. And this should be the link for GitHub repo, and just copy that. Just click on that, and what you have to do is simply download it on your desktop. You can download a zip here, and in case you don't want to download, we'll be needing a couple of files from it. So you can go into the demo, not in the demo. What we need is basically the particle.js, and if you'll download this, this is going to look something like this. So in the JS file, one we need is app.js, so you can always copy a raw file, or I would recommend to just download it. It's a very small file, and we're going to need something like this, not the stat, but something like this, which is there. Okay, so basically, whole story short, just download this from on your desktop. I have already got mine on my desktop. Let me just unzip that. So particle.js. Okay, there we go, and I can close my Flexbox. Okay, so where are you? Particle.js. There we go. So this is how it looks like, and we're gonna take some file from this, and we're gonna take the particle.js, and basically we're gonna take this app.js and a particle.js. Okay, so go into your JS file. Make sure you have this guy app.js somewhere separate, and also this particle.js. Okay, so these are the two files that we'll be using, and what we can do is we can create a new folder on my desktop, and I can name it as India Independence Day or flag, something like that. Flag is not a good word because it might raise to some of the flag alarms, you know, in coding programming like that. So go ahead and open these guys. Okay, so we're going to need particle.js, obviously, and inside the demo CSS, not in the CSS, JS, app.js. So these are the two files that we will be needing, and we don't need anything else from here. Okay, and I'm going to fire up my all-time favorite editor. So file, open, give me atom, come on, there we go. And let's open up a new folder there, add project folder. It's gonna be on my desktop, and what we're gonna do is flag. Okay, open that up. Okay, so basically we do have an app.js, which is just like that, particle.js. And let me tell you one interesting thing here. There are a couple of ways to handle this library. Basically what it requires you to pass on this JSON, package.json, this JSON object here, and there is a good demonstration and good documentation here that it expects you to include your particle.js and app.js file, and basically what it needs this JSON object here, and this JSON object is pretty thorough and pretty deep. You can set up a lot of values here. For example, if you want something like stars, so there are strings here for particle shape, like in circle, edge, triangle, polygon, star. You can also insert your image as well, no problem there. So basically this is it. Now what we have done here is we have directly included this particle.js, which is a required file. We're not going to be touching it, and we will be touching this app.js. So in this case, it has just passed this entire JSON object directly into this file, so we don't need to include that JSON file. But if you want to go with the documentation way, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, so that's all what we need. And we're going to create a couple of new files. And first of all, I'm going to save this guy as index.html. There we go. I'm going to be using Emmet throughout this entire video. So make sure if you don't know what Emmet is, I have a free course on Emmet. Go ahead, check that out. It's amazing. Okay. And we're going to need one more file, which is going to be our CSS. So style, no, not like that. I'm going to save this as style.css. And that's basically it. And we're going to link this file. We're going to simply say that I need a link for CSS, and there we go, all filled up. Let's verify it with giving a nasty color to the body, just like always, BGC, and we're going to give it amazingly harsh to the eyes, which is red. So let's start the server. Okay. And again, this is a add-on package in Atom that I use because life is so much easier when you don't have to hit reload again every single save. Okay, so looks like everything is connected and looks good. Let's get rid of that and we'll see how we can progress with that. So the idea is really simple. We need a flag, and flag is going to have three things. The top part is going to be orange color with some star icons floating around. Basically, we are going to be using particlesjs, so it's going to look almost like this, but instead of this circle, we're going to customize this so that you can learn the customization as well, and we're going to be using stars here. So at the top part, the stars are going to be rotating in an orange bar with white color. Let's choose that. And the center part, it's going to be simply white. Let's just write in Happy Independence Day at the center there. And at the bottom, it's going to be just green. Again, stars will be floating around with the help of particle.js. And then I'll give you assignment. Okay, so sounds good. And there are hundreds and hundreds of ways to deal with this up. But I think the easiest would be to go with an unordered list. So let's have an unordered list, and we're going to need 3 items of LIs or list elements. So there we go. As quick as it can be. So see, Emmet is always helping you around with that. So I can zoom it a little bit so that you can see it properly. Okay, next up is you're going to need a couple of divisions here with a different ID. So let's just have a multiple cursor here, and we're going to have a division. Oops. And oops, come on, give me division, Command Z. And there we go. So we're going to have a div, and this div is going to have an ID, and the IDs are going to be different every single time. The first one is going to be, let's give it a value of orange, easier to remember. This is going to be white. You can also provide the classes as well. There is no such thing. I hope you understand that. That's the easy part. Okay, so that's it. And I think basically that's what we need at this point of time. Now let's go ahead and do some of the styling mumbo jumbo there. So the styling mumbo jumbo is going to be pretty easy. It's not going to be extreme. We're going to just fill it up, and for the entire screen size, we're going to give 33% to each so that everybody gets an equal share. Okay, so first of all, let's do something here. So unordered list, first of all, let's get rid of the default margin. I like to do that for body as well, but right now, I think getting rid of the margin from unordered list is okay. Now in the unordered list, I want to target the list element and get rid of this last nasty bullet things. First of all, let's do that. So list style is going to be none, and there we go. It's gone just like that. Okay. So next up, we want to give each list item some width. And that is going to be 33%, because if you divide 100% of the viewport height or width, we're going to be just doing like that. Okay. So let's give it a height of 33.33. You can go on like that. It's going to be a viewport height. Okay. And we're going to give it some width as well. So it's always good. Oops, come on. It's always good to give them a width of 100 viewport width. Okay, 100 viewport width. And just to give you an idea what we are up to right now, I'm going to give a background color of, if I'll give the background color, it's going to just get everybody just the same color. So I'm going to be giving, let's just choose orange here. And we're going to give this orange a background color. So background color is going to be, let's just say red. Some of you might be thinking, what's this guy's obsession with the red? Okay, it's not going to show right now because we haven't set the height for all these elements. So first of all, let's give it some height so that we can see what is happening. So orange, and we're going to have white, and what else we have? Green, I guess so. Let's give it a height of whatever I have assigned to you. Just use 100% of that. 100%, there we go, should be available. So see, this is the top bar what we have planned up. So this is going to be this is actually taking the 33%, and that's most important part here. We can just give all these colors to white and green as well just to see it, but I think you got the idea how the things are happening here. So 33% at the top, middle one 33%, and the bottom one is also getting 33%. And whatever I have assigned you for the viewport height, just follow that up totally. And that is why I have assigned 100% height here to all of those divisions. Okay, so that is good. But instead of the orange, I would like to give it a background color of orange. Okay, so should be updated. Not the coolest orange I could have given it to it. Probably we'll figure out some of the flat colors from the internet based on how we go and progress with that. So let's just go with the green, and we're gonna have a BGC background color, and that is gonna be green. Automatically the middle one gets white, so already looking pretty damn beautiful to me. Okay, and this guy in the white division is gonna have an H1, and H1 is gonna simply say happy. Happy Independence Day. Okay, there we go. And okay, now this is not what I want. So we're going to use some skills that you have already learned on my YouTube channel, that is Flexbox, and you will realize how things are super easy when you use something known as Flexbox. So what we are targeting here in this division, we want to just place it at the dead center, like from horizontal and vertical. Horizontal is easy one, but try at a vertical center using your regular CSS. I dare you for that, and you're gonna cry after seeing me, especially how I did that with just a couple of lines of code. So let's just select the white guy because our heading is into the white. So let's just choose the white, and what we are going to do is just run literally 3 lines of code to put it at the dead center. First of all, it's going to be display of flex. Okay, save that. Nothing is going to happen with that. Next is going to be justify content to center. There we go, move to the center. Now from top to bottom, we're going to talk about align items. So align items is going to be center, and there we go, voila, did that. Told you so. You're going to be crying out if you're going to be trying that out with the regular CSS. And just on to another note, I would like this color to be changed for the H1. Let's just go with the color for blue. I usually don't write these colors just with the name. I use hex values, but you know, it's independent, so we are free to do so. Okay. So our basic structure is ready. Now it's time to incorporate this work by Vincent. Okay, my bad, sorry about that. So what we're gonna do, we have already imported the files, which is app.js and particlesjs. The first step is to include them in our HTML. Okay, so we're gonna be writing a script here, and I need, Command Z, I need a source to follow that up. So src, and the source is actually particle. First of all, include the particle.js, otherwise things are not gonna look great, because first the particle base file should be loaded up, and then your customization on where you want to apply should be loaded up. So particle.js. Okay, and I'm gonna like this guy onto the same line, save that, and Command Shift D, and then we're gonna include app.js. Okay, Looks good. Let's just verify that. Oops, there is a particles.js. Nice catch there. I just saved myself some time. And app.js. Okay, looks good. Now we're going to open up our app.js and we can see that the default is the ID for which it's looking up is particle.js. How do I know that? I read in the documentation. Okay, there we go. This is an ID for particle.js. You can change that anytime. There is no big deal about it. You can change that to orange and should be looking good. There we go. So it's working. But you know what? I don't like it. I want it to be a little bit more exciting, more amazing. So I'm going to be changing it. First of all, the value is going to be something like 200. Yeah, that's more like it. I like it. I don't like these circles, so I'm going to be changing that. In case you want to explore more options, feel free to read in the documentation part. We have circle, we have edge, triangle, polygon, and I think star is going to be good for this amazing day. So go into the shape. Here is a circle. I would like to change that to star. And okay, looks pretty good to me. Yeah, I'm happy with this. And I'm pretty sure this combination of green and white is going to look damn cool in the green section. So how we can do that? That should be actually simply amazingly easy. So I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to call this as green, not like that. I'm going to save that as green.js. Let's save that up. And we're going to copy this all of the file in the app.js. There are hundreds of ways of dealing up with the situation. I find it just like that. Yours might be a different approach to solve this up. And this time we're going to be looking up for green. And finally, we have to call this file. So I'm going to be just Command-Shift-D to duplicate that. And I'll be saying green.js. And there we go. It looks really cool in the green. I like it. We can find actually good flat UI colors, and we can actually make it a little bit good. I think this orange is going to look good. So let's just change that. Flat UI colors. I like this website. And style.css. And instead of just saying all the time orange, let's be a little bit more professional. Okay. Now, this looks much more good. It's usually a saffron color, but I'm gonna go with that. This looks cool. Hey, it's Independence Day. I should be free to do what I like to do. Okay, this looks pretty damn good. Now, I just need a couple of more things to be done here, and that should be, I would like to get a font here. So let's go to Google Font, not Fawn. The Google fonts, so fonts.google.com, and let's choose something which is amazingly awesome. Okay, this looks pretty cool. Okay, let's just add this guy, and we're gonna do it. Oops, something went wrong. Hey Google, don't do this to me. Come on, we are on the recording session. Don't do this to me. Come on, Google, can you be a little bit nice? And yep, this is going to work. I'm gonna add this up. And there we go. We're going to link this in our CSS first of all. Okay, looks good. So link this up into not our CSS, our index.html in the head section would be nice. Save that. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back. We're going to choose the font family. There is a backup for cursive as well. And we're going to go into style.css, and there we go. This should be looking damn cool. I like it. I like it. I can just bump the font a little bit up and this should be looking rock solid. So font size, let's just bump it up to 25, maybe. Nope. We want something big, like 50. How about that? Yep. Nope. Not happy. Not happy. Yep. This makes me happy. This makes me happy. So there we go. Happy Independence Day. And what else I can do is if I can change. Yeah, that actually looks good. And I'm going to just change that too. Little details, people, makes things amazing. Okay, so there we go. We have spent a really good time in just crafting this not so masterpiece, but yeah, you have understood how you can include the libraries and all these things. I have tried to explain everything what I'm trying to do here. Now here's a simple assignment for you. Now go to my website. You can see there is a library that I'm using here, which is typed.js. And in case you are not aware of this, type.js is a really good library. You can do a lot of things with the type.js, and just read the documentation. I want you to read this and then just try it out. And what's your assignment is, this Happy Independence Day should be typed up just like it is happening at my personal website, my homepage. There we go. So it's a pretty simple assignment. I hope everybody will be able to do it. So, and if you have done that, ping me on Facebook, mail, or just in the comment section, discussion section, wherever you find me. So go ahead, do that. Okay, so that's it. And for all the people who are already in a complete front-end developer course, this should be a really nice update you are getting in there. There will be a few more videos added up exclusively in that course. So go ahead, check that out. It's an amazing course, and I'll surely catch you up. And one more thing, we forgot that. In case you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, go ahead, do that. What's stopping you? And I'll surely catch you up in the next one.